Ayo, Zempuck here. Another day not working for the man. I love saying that. Every time I say it, it reminds me of why I'm in the position that I am today. For this episode from Questions from Friends, I'm gonna pull a question that I thought was maybe too much of a question, actually. Because initially, when I was asking my friends for questions, I thought, hey, ask me about financial independence or how to be happy. But then one of my friends asked me, why did you make this channel? What is the purpose of this YouTube channel? And to be honest, that question put me on pause for quite a few minutes. I thought about it and I was like, I'm 2 weeks into this lovely little program at this point, right? I feel like, I can better answer this question now than when I first started. So let's go through the reasons as I see them right now. Okay. Number one, why did I start this channel? Definitely to feed my own ego. Okay, that was probably the first answer that I could think of to perpetuate, right? In some ways, it's to hear myself talk, right? Like people who talk about ego really love to hear themselves talk, which is ironic because every time my wife wants to, watch one of my clips on our television here, I immediately exit the room because I can't actually stand listening to myself talk. However, I do like the idea of recording myself for posterity's sake, whatever that means. Number two, I want to use this channel to explore kind of like my own interests, because I think since I set a hard schedule to talk about something every day, having that schedule really forces me to think about what it is that I find most relevant and interesting or that I care about. This is actually a secondary effect of having this channel. I can tell that right now because 2 weeks in, there's definitely days, especially on the weekends, where I'm like, do I really want to answer a question about China or money? Like, which one do I care about more? Number three, I think it's to be scared again, and maybe that's the wrong word, or to feel a level of uncertainty again. I think that's one of the curious effects of having reached financial independence. There's a level, like you're on this foundation of certainty. So it's actually interesting to start something brand new because you're experiencing something so very uncertain. Like for me, this is what this channel and doing something somewhat artistic and creative is mostly about. And I want to compare this level of like pressure, like a constant pressure of like a humid New York summer afternoon. If you're not from New York, maybe if you're from Florida or somewhere humid, you understand what I'm saying, right? It's like this permeating sense of pressure that's constantly there that never ever goes away, even when you're not thinking about the job itself, right? For me, I probably spend 2-3 hours on this kind of stuff every day. So it's not every hour. It doesn't feel like a job. And yet I feel this pressure to make it into something somewhat equivalent to what I was doing before, right? In terms of levels of success. Number four, I think also, I just realized that having this channel serves the purpose of humbling me. For those of you who know me, I can come across as kind of an ass occasionally, okay? But doing this channel to all of a sudden compare myself to a brand new group of peers, oh boy, it is incredibly humbling. And spending time on how to improve my channel, how to better do editing, or maybe look up how to increase my audience, and being schooled really by a bunch of 25-year-olds. I agree, they know more about this field than I do. This level of humility for me has been a long time coming. I haven't felt this incompetent at my job for at least 5 years, maybe even 10. Okay, in this field, I am new. I'm 2 weeks in. It is extremely humbling, and I really, honestly, I appreciate it. And finally, my last fifth reason today that I can think of is really about put to test this idea that 10,000 hours will make anyone reach mastery in a specific field. Now, when people talk about the 10,000 hour rule, they're usually thinking about, like, if you're in a trade, you have a full-time job, so 10,000 hours boils down to like 5 to 7 years. But since I'm not really doing this full-time, 2-3 hours a day, if I'm being very generous, 3 hours a day, okay? So that means 10,000 hours is going to take me like almost 10 years. My God. I thought about this and I said to myself, can I really keep this up for that long? And by my own experience, figure out whether this 10,000 hour rule really pans out. You know what? I usually would have said that I'm a kind of a slow learner, so I'm very fascinated to find out whether the 10,000 hour rule will really hold. I mean, there's a reason why also that I'm not, doing just one thing every day for full time, right? I'm also trying to learn like French, and at the same time, maybe the 10,000 hours over the 7 to 10 year mark, we'll find out whether I get better at making videos and whether I'll be at any level of mastery of a foreign language. I guess another foreign language. I'm fascinated to find out, and I hope you'll stick around and find out with me, and see whether I can stand 10,000 hours or 5 to 7 to 10 years. And see whether I'll find my place in the world, in this world of internet trolls and whatnot. Have a good day.